Hey guys, so for today's video we are doing another dupe video. So on one eye I'm wearing the Natasha Denona Retro palette, and on the other eye I'm wearing the Alter Ego Harmony palette. I always like to start out these videos by letting you guess which eye is which before I even apply the shadows, so take your guess. Go ahead. So today's video is all about comparing these two palettes. The Harmony palette is $17 while the Retro palette is $69. And you can use the code BRIGHT10 to save 10% on Alter Ego's website. I do want to say that this video is kindly sponsored by Alter Ego, but I would be doing this video whether or not it was sponsored. And just because I'm getting paid to make this video does not change my opinion on these palettes and whether or not I think it's a good dupe or not. I have tried many of Alter Ego's palettes and I gotta say I think they do a really good job of duping more expensive palettes, and I think their brand is more meant for the person who wants the color story of an expensive Natasha Denona palette but just can't afford it, doesn't want to spend the money. So Alter Ego gives you the same color story just in a cheaper option. So I did start this video out by swatching the comparable shades side by side, and then I did this eye look. So if you want to see how I got this look, my thoughts on this palette, whether or not I think it's a good dupe, go ahead and keep on watching. Here are the two palettes side by side, and I gotta say, just looking at these two, I haven't swatched or really compared them yet. Harmony looks like slightly muted and duller to me. So let's do some swatches of the comparable shades and see what they look like side by side. This is Tender from Harmony and Nude Mauve from Retro. This is Chorus from Harmony and Glitz from Retro. We have Nurture from Harmony and Andy from Retro. Wait, did I swatch the right one? I'm gonna zoom in a little bit. I feel like I swatched the comparable shade, but those two do not look alike. This is Glory from Harmony and Rebellion from Retro. This is Charity from Harmony and Psychedelic from Retro. Alright, so that is the top row from Harmony, and I gotta say, they don't look very comparable in the swatches. I think these ones do. For the Chorus and Glitz, Glitz looks a little more purpley. These two definitely don't look similar. The shade in Retro is definitely deeper for this one. And even on this guy, I'm not there. I don't know. Alright, this is Amity from Harmony and Jude from Retro. Ooh, those two look good. This is Shy from Harmony and Vivian from Retro. Those are both really, really light shades. Vivian looks slightly pinker to me. I don't even know if you can tell on camera, really. This is Grace from Harmony and Amara from Retro. Those look pretty good. This is True from Harmony and Maud from Retro. Oops, I had a little bit of a different shade on there. I mean, you can't really mess up a matte white, so those two look similar. And then we have Will from Harmony and Swing from Retro. So I feel like the second row from Harmony does match a little bit better. All right, let's do the last row from Harmony. This is Admire from Harmony and Go-Go from Retro. Those two definitely don't look similar in the swatch. This one's a lot more salmon-y, whereas Admire is a little more peachy. This is Chime from Harmony and Hello from Retro. Those two look pretty close. I also just love this shade. This is Mercy from Harmony and Apart from Retro. Yeah, even in the pan, Apart is a lot darker than Mercy, so those don't really look similar to me. This is Accord from Harmony and Patty from Retro. Those look pretty good. This one is Sense from Harmony and Groove from Retro. So I haven't applied these on my eyes yet. I've only just swatched them and done this with you, but I feel like Alter Ego got a lot of the shimmers right, but a lot of the matte shades don't look like dupes to me. But sometimes shades can look different on your eyes than they do in swatches, so I feel like that is the true test to really see if they're dupes and compare how they look on the eyes. Alright, so let's zoom in and try to create the same look on both eyes. I'm going to use Harmony on this eye and Retro on this eye, and I did already prime my eyes with the Rare Beauty eyeshadow primer, and I did not set the primer because that's normally what I do with Natasha's shadows, so I want to compare them equally and see how the formula is as well. So I think I want to use kind of more of the gray shades today because I already have 3 looks with Retro on my channel, and a lot of them use the more berry, peachy, mauve shades, so let's do gray today. And as always when I do these videos, I end using duplicate brushes, so I'm not mixing the shadows on each eye, I'm sticking with one brush on each eye. I'm going to start with the shade Amity from Harmony on a Sigma E54, and this shade's going to go on my entire eyelid. I do really love this shade. It's a nice kind of cool toned, soft brown shimmer taupe. Like, I don't even know how to explain this color, but I love it. And then on my other eye with the clean E54, I'm gonna take Jude from Retro. I feel like those two look pretty similar, and I think they did in the swatch as well, so happy with that. Now I'm going to take a Sigma E27 in the shade Tender from Harmony. Alright, and I'm going to blend this shade in my crease. I am dipping back into the shadow to build this up. The shade is blending out really nicely. And on my other eye, I'm going to take Nude Mauve and doing the same technique, blending this shade in my crease. I think when I swatched these two comparable shades that they didn't look similar in the swatch, if I remember correctly. I am dipping back into this shadow again, just like I did on the other eye. I feel like formula-wise, both these matte shades blended out really easily. Shade-wise, does this eye look darker to you in the crease? I think it looks a little bit deeper to me. Let me see if I can add just a little bit more Nude Mauve here. Okay, I feel like those do look pretty similar. Okay, now I'm gonna take one of the lighter matte shades. I'm gonna pick up Shy on that same E27. I'm just gonna blend that right below the brow bone to really smooth out this blend. Also blending out here on the very outer part of the eye to soften this out. And then on my other eye, I'm gonna take Vivian and blending below the brow. These two shades in the pan definitely don't look similar. Vivian looks a little bit deeper. So let's see how they look on the eye. I think those two shades look pretty similar. Again, like blending under the brow is a very simple step, so it's not like I'm using that much pigment and shadow to do it. I feel like at this point, both eyes look very similar and I wouldn't really be able to tell a difference. Okay, so I want to use Mercy from Harmony and Apart from Retro, but do you just see how much deeper Apart looks in the pan? And in the swatches, Apart did look a lot deeper, so we'll see how these look on the eyes. So I'm going to take that same E54 I was using, and I'm going to use this to deepen up the outer part of my lid. Shade even showing up? I feel like it looks slightly deeper, but not by much. Okay, well let's try the other eye. And then I'm taking Apart from Retro. Oh, I just realized it's called Opart, not Apart. Opart? Whoops, sorry. I feel like the shade's gonna look deeper on this eye. Oh yeah, can already tell. You can definitely see the shade more on this eye than this one. I'm gonna try to add more to this eye to see if I can even it out. I do just have so much shimmer and like satin on my lids right now, which is like not my favorite look on myself. So that's kind of hard for me to get past right now. Then I'm gonna go back to the E27s I used on each eye and blend a little bit around that dark shade. Mostly right here in the crease. Okay, that looks much better blended out. So at this point, I still feel like you wouldn't really be able to tell that I'm wearing two different palettes, but I am preferring the Natasha side just because since that Opart shade was deeper, it's making that shade on my inner lid pop even more. So I'm just liking this dimension more than this eye. I know I just said I have so much shimmer on my lid, but I'm gonna add one more because I really want to test these palettes, you know? I kind of want to re-swatch these shades Chorus and Charity because in the pans, they look really similar. Okay, so this is Chorus and this is Charity. Really close. I feel like Charity has like a little more reflectiveness to it. Okay, so I'm gonna take my finger in the shade Charity and I'm gonna add that to the inner part of my lid. Really pretty, kind of brightens up the look a bit. And then on my other eye and a different finger, I'm gonna take Psychedelic. those shades look a lot more similar than I thought they would, because I think when I swatched those two, they didn't swatch similar, but on the eyes, they look pretty dang close. I'm gonna go pop on a wing on both eyes. I'm gonna do my face makeup off camera. My face is breaking out right now. And then we will finish up the eyes together and do the final comparison. Also, I'm using the Sigma liquid pen eyeliner in Wicked. You guys know I've been trying out some different eyeliners since Haus Labs discontinued my favorite. This one's kind of good. All right, let me finish these wings, BRB. All right, both wings are on, my face makeup is done, and these wings look good. Like, this is the best wing I've done in a minute. Okay, Sigma, not bad. So at this point with the eyeshadow, I feel like I can't really tell a difference. It doesn't look like I'm wearing two different eyeshadow palettes, so that is good. And I'm also just loving these cool toned shades right now. They look so beautiful. All right, time to move on to lower lash line, and I'm gonna take some Sigma E21s. I'm gonna take Will from Harmony. Okay, I really don't want to get fallout because I love how my makeup is looking right now, but I'm gonna apply that along my entire lower lash line on my left eye. I am dipping back into this shadow. And I did get fallout. Darn it. On my other eye, I'm gonna take Swing from Retro. Okay, I kind of applied those differently. I'm gonna put more Will on this eye. Okay, here's that shade not blended out at all. I feel like those look pretty dang similar on the eyes. Okay, now I'm gonna go back to those lighter shades I used on each eye. So on my left eye, I'm taking that Shy shade on that same E21 and just kind of blending right below that purpley color. Then on the other eye, I'm taking Vivian. Now I'm gonna take the matte white from each palette. I'm gonna start with True. I'm gonna pop that in my inner corner. I don't normally do a matte highlight like this, but because there's so much like shimmer and sheen all over my lid, I kind of like how that looks. And you can kind of build up this shade to the intensity that you like. And then I'm taking Maud from Retro. All right, that is it for this eyeshadow look. I'm gonna go pop on some mascara and lashes, and then I'll show you the full face and I'll tell you my final thoughts. Okay. All right, the sun is directly hitting me. I just popped on lashes. Look at this shine on both eyes. Ooh, okay, 1 second. Okay, my lighting might be a little bit different now because I did have to close my blinds because the sun was blinding me. But for my lashes, I popped on my brand The Bright Lashes, and I'm wearing the half lash in Flutter. Super pretty. I love this half lash. All right, here is what the full face looks like. Let me quickly tell you what's on my face because I've been getting a lot of questions. So I'm wearing the Saie Super Gel in Starglow kind of as a primer, and then I'm wearing the Hourglass Ambient Soft Glow Foundation on top. And as always, I use the Nars Soft Matte Concealer to cover up any blemishes like you guys saw my face before. And my skin looks amazing right now. Love this concealer. My under eye concealer is the Sephora Best Skin Ever Concealer. My bronzer is the Hourglass Ambient Nude Bronze Light. And my blush is the Sigma Blush in Bronze Star. And for my highlight, I'm wearing my Sigma Sizzle, as always. And on my lips, I'm wearing the Charlotte Tilbury Lip Liner in Iconic Nude with the Tarte Maracuja Juicy Lip Plump in Rose. I just gotta say, I love how my makeup turned out today. Like, I feel so pretty right now. I just love all these tones and colors together. And now that my full face is done and I've kind of like stepped back from the camera, I cannot tell a difference between my eyes. I feel like they look exact. What do you guys think? So again, I have the Harmony palette on this eye and the Retro palette on this eye. And I'm kind of shocked, honestly, because when I was doing the swatches, I was like, ooh, these don't look very close. But again, I did say that about the matte shades, and the only matte shades I used were this kind of soft brown to blend in the crease. This one's more of a satin, but I used that to blend under the brow, and then I used just this one in the inner corner. I do think it was more of the burgundy shades like these two that didn't look like exact dupes when swatched. But I didn't want to use those shades today because, like I said, I already have 3 videos with Retro on my channel and I already used those shades, so I try to use shades that I haven't used yet from this palette. But I gotta say, for the shades on my eyes right now, I do think they are like pretty much an exact match. So again, I just want to mention that I feel like alter ego palettes are more for the person who wants the color story of an expensive palette but just can't spend that money, doesn't want to, but you still want that color story for a cheaper option. So I would love to know your thoughts and whether or not you would pick up Harmony. If you don't already own Retro, have you tried alter ego's palettes before? Let me know. I will link both palettes down below, but again, you can use the code BRIGHT10 to save 10% on alter ego's website. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.